watch it on raceontexas.com this weekend. 3-day deal as well, Cody. 3 days.
Yes. 3 days, and they are giving $5,000 to win for each class, not a featured class, for each class.
Wow.
That's a lot of dinero to be passing out.
We're under the yellow flag, about to come back for the restart at the end of our swag caution for Triple Crown race number 1. We're currently working 3 laps of 20. Remember, caution laps do not count in an effort to let this race continue under green flag conditions. Caution laps do not count after a 3-car accident earlier on lap 2 involving Greg Petra in the 14, Will Duvall in 32, Peter Gonatis in the 13, and J.J. Jensen the 3rd also got damage. And I really think that now can we say this? If you are involved in a caution 2-spin rule, you're out of this 20-lap segment. You can come back and race the next race and then the next race. Am I correct, Charles? That's a nice way of saying it. Because understanding these are 3 separate points races tonight.
Yeah, they are completely independent of each other, kind of like having 2 mulligans in a way. You can mess up with this one and mess up with that one and still do good in the 3rd one, and you really won't have a horrible night of racing points-wise. That being said, in my mindset going into this race, Wesley, I have one thing, and one thing only on my mind. If I'm anybody from 2nd place in the points down, and that is keep Garrett Maines as far back to the back of the pack as you can and let him get as least amount of points.
And we've seen what the driver of the number 1 machine of Garrett Maines has been able to do at Alta, Virginia for the Sadler Esports squad, Smithfield Foods entry. And we both can all testament. He's won the first 2 races of the NASRA Outlaw Series at Wilkesboro and Dover, but it hasn't been easy. And there's a lot of caliber talent that can call his ring number. It could happen tonight. We're back for the restart with Matthew Lee, Garrett Maines on the front row. As here they come back to the restart zone. Jeans, Tarasenko, row 2. Howell, Zeems, row 3. Gagnon, Zeems, Maines, Fulton, top 10. Back to green here at Talladega. In the iRacing Flea Market Triple Crown Stage 1 back underway. We're 3 of 20, and they're in turn 2.
And already you're going to see that Elliott Sadler eSports 08 and 04 of Matthew Lee getting by Garrett Maines quite quickly, actually. They squeeze by them. They're going to push him to the outside, and that is not where you want to be if you get freight trained here at Talladega.
Down the back straightaway they go into that 3rd turn down. Matthew Lee jumping out to that top spot. Lee on the inside. Michael, here comes Maines now. Michael Jeans. Jeans back to 2nd inside the green car. That's Howell. Looking on the bottom, looking for that spot. Garrett Maines up top shelf. And like I told you, Garrett Maines now falling back to 3rd. As they roar their way back into the corner, back to 4th as they work into turn number 1 and 2 again. Matthew Lee on the inside. There goes Howell. And by the way, you're going to see a lot of swag on these cars. We're excited what Billy Smith and Swag Esports is doing, not only with this series, but esports in general and with LSR TV.
Yeah, I was sitting there talking to Billy earlier from Swag, and, I'm really liking that logo they have. It's been a long time. I really like the iconic, clean look of LSR's TV, but we might have to come up with some new little logo here for LSR TV as well, just to have something, a little more pizzazzy.
I've always told you for a long time, my friend, there's nothing wrong with updating things and making things look better. You finally caught on to that concept, and you got some new music, and I'm happy with that. Changing up some new things, new overlays, graphics, and more. Doing a phenomenal job. We hope you're enjoying it now. Lap 5:20. Here comes Garrett Maines up the outside. He's in that red and 1 car. You're riding on board now with the back of the leader, Matthew Lee from Clinton, Maine. Ready to finally beat Garrett Maines. And I'll be honest with you, and I said this when we came on the air, as right behind him is the machine of is Howell's car, Peyton Howell. Behind him, another machine, Brandon Gagnon, Tarasenko. All these drivers starting to get into the top 10. Matthew Lee from Clinton, Maine. Charles is due for victory on the NASRA Outlaw Series? Could it be tonight in race 1 in Talladega?
It's like I mentioned earlier, if there's going to be a time that somebody is going to get a chance to get a win, this is your night. This is when, all the cards on the table. There is no, okay, well, I got a better setup than you, anything like that. It is just, a flip of a coin. Anything can happen here. This is precisely why you see in the overlays, we don't have the gaps on there because it's really pointless. If you're looking at the top group right now, there's no point. You don't need a gap to know that the one of Garrett Maines is right on the bumper of the leaders nearly.
That's right. They work their way off of turn 4 down the tri-oval. The sound of those super late models at speed. Who would have thought we'd ever say super late models at Talladega? You know what? I'm calling out my buddies at NASCAR. I said it at Daytona after the All-Star exhibition race about 3 weeks ago. We need super late models at Daytona. We need it again. One car dropping off the bottom of the apron. Peyton Howell falling back, drifting back. Saves that green number 11 car, though, from getting in calamity. But he goes from the penthouse to the outhouse. Outside looking in. Problems on the number 11. He'll tuck back up in line around the top 20. 18th position as he'll weasel under that spot in turn number 4.
Yeah, and I honestly think he saw that he was blinking, and then he went below the track, and he did a good job. I think he chose to go down there to not cause the big one. And, I've talked about it, the big one. I feel we're going to have it at some point, but we're almost to the halfway point of race number 1. My question is, Wesley, when will we see 3 wide? Will we see 3 wide here tonight?
I got a feeling it's going to happen. Just the way these guys are working around here. We talked to our in-race reporter, Ray Richer, and he said they could get up to 196 miles an hour. That's topping the tack virtually around Talladega. That is pretty darn fast. That's not even saying what they can do in a draft. Remember, you get faster with the air in the draft.
Yeah, we've got people right now. We're showing a top speed of 203 miles an hour. 204,
I rest my case.
There you go. 204 miles an hour topped out going around this behemoth. And you can't even, Wesley, say this is a 2.5-mile track. A lot of people try to coin it and associate it as a super speedway, a 2.5 mile, but it's actually 2.66. Right. It's over 2.5 miles.
2.666 miles, the size of this facility, even bigger than Daytona. Down the back straightaway, Michael Jeans leads. By the way, they're coming to halfway this time by. You ask when they're going to go 3 wide, you're about to see 3 wide. Down into turn 3, Garrett Maines, the meat and the sandwich, as they shoot up the racetrack. Michael Jeans on the inside. Matthew Lee to the outside. Garrett Maines, the hot knife through butter. As they work their way, Tarasenko in that mix as here they come down to the straightaway, and still 3 wide for 4th across the line. Cross flags are out. We're halfway in stage 1.
And interesting, I've never done the math here. I'm curious how these cars stack up to the NASCARs or the truck or Xfinity. Are they wider than those cars, skinnier? Are these guys, I'm just curious because of the fact that they're 3 wide.
Look at this again, Charles. 3 wide, 2, 3 rows deep, down the back straightaway. Michael Jeans feels like NASRA Outlaw owes him one. He came very close to doing well at Dover last week, got snake bit. And look at this, 3 wide, 3 rows deep. Look at, are you kidding me? Off of turn number 4. Jeans on the inside, Maines on the outside, Tarasenko up top shelf. Couple of cars hook up with them. We are literally 3 wide, 4 rows deep as they come to the stripe. And Michael Jeans has got a killer's nest behind him as they go back to the line. And 8 to go in stage 1.
And you always wonder, Wesley, when is the go time? I think we hit it. 20 laps? We always say 10 to go, 20 to go is go time. Well, yeah. We're 20 to go when we drop the green. So 10
Michael
laps
Jeans
to go.
leads. Matthew Lee is 2nd. Brandon Gagnon 3rd. Garrett Maines 4th. Todd Aline is 5th. Brett Tucker, Jason Maines, Clinton Castleberry, Brett Summers, and Jason Tarasenko. The top 10 as they work their way now around turn 4. This time around, When do you go? We saw some exciting three-wide racing, and I was wondering, when do you respect one another? Keep an eye on that 95 car. Todd Aline for IM car starting to come through the pack. Watch the IM car group. There are 7 drivers in this organization up in the Northwest that are a part, or the Midwest now, that are a part of this program. What do you think of that, Charles, as we come to 6 remaining?
Again, just outstanding racing so far. As Gene's out front, I really figured Maines had something, but I'm not going to count him out yet. He's still hanging back in there, and I'm not done. I am not going to say that we're out of the woods for a caution just yet either.
I would say the same thing, my friend, as Gene's on the inside. Remember, these drivers will reset their cars. There will be a random invert at the end of stage 1. Single points up for grabs now in this race. Next race is double points. The third race, Katie bar the door. Triple points on the line as LSR TV and CRN presents coverage of the iRacing Flea Market Triple Crown on your home for sim racing and at wearecrn.com. The brand new wearecrn.com. No more of this going to websites and clicking here and finding a link or listen live. You go right to the website, Charles. Click on the website, wearecrn.com. You can get all of our broadcast coverage from racing, football, basketball, softball, and now even eSports coverage.
And lots of stuff going on there, and a lot of stuff going on here, of course, at LSR TV.
Yes, sir.
From going from a channel that had 0 broadcasts to 1 a week, where we're doing now 8, 9, sometimes 10 a week. We're proud to be over here. When we got here back in February, we had a goal as where we wanted to go, and we're getting there. And this right here, NASRA, Outlaw, this is what we had in mind when we set our eyes set on the channel and came over here and took over.
Down the back straightaway, Michael Gene's on the inside. To the inside behind him is Jason Maines. Jason Maines got a better run going than son, Garrett Maines, stuck up behind a couple of cars. Brett Summers in this mix. Garrett Maines, Derek Fulton in the 7th. They're all there. By the way, Jason Maines has moved to 2nd. Matthew Lee falls back to the clutches of 3rd. Stuck on the outside lane, but believe it or not, the outside lane is beginning to brew, if you will, as they make their way off of turn number 4, and they will come to 5 to go this time by in stage 1 here at Talladega. Michael Genes leads the pack. They're all bunched up together, tighter than a lid on the pickle jar. Grandma and Grandpa's blanket could be furled over the entire pack virtually as they work their way out of turn number 2.
And as they say in the real world, that virtual flagman has his hand in the air, indicating, like you said, 5 laps to go. Wesley, who is going to win this thing? Again, I am not sure right now. Garrett Maines in 6th place, further than I thought he would be back, but I'm not saying he's out of this thing. But the question is it going to be the outside row or the inside row that really has the momentum?
Or is somebody going to try to go below the yellow line to try to stick it 3 and 4 wide to make a move?
And you
as
can
they come across the stripe, 4 to go this time by.
You can see people, a lot of the time you'll see them peeking their nose out to get some fresh air, but they're also doing that. They want to see, hey, if I get out here, is anybody going to go with me? And you can look in your mirror and see if you kind of nudge out, nobody goes with you, you do not want to go out there and get freight trained to the back.
Michael Genes still leads the way. The outside lane beginning to show some signs of life with Matthew Lee. He's going to have some help with guys giving him some bumps along with Brandon Gagnon. Jason Maines has hooked up on the bottom along with Summers in 77. They'll work their way off the corner. Here comes our in-race reporter, Ray Richer. The orange and white 44 from Mohawk, New York, was up in the pack of the top 10. Now he falls all the way back in the clutches of at least 20th or more as he fell and lost a little bit of spots out of line. Okay, take that back. He's not lost that many spots, but he's fell back to 15th.
Yeah, Derek Fulton's gained 3 spots, and the one that we haven't talked about a whole lot in the 77 is Brett Summers. I believe. Summers. He is currently 19 spots to the good. So you want to talk about a good points night. Although it's his first night, it's a good way to start it.
What a good run for Brett Summers, the driver out of Palm Bay, Florida. The Boston Web Marketing entry number 77. As the laps continue to tick away, they're coming to the tri-oval, and it will be 2 laps to go this time by. When do you make your move? On the inside, Matthew Lee, top shelf, will go back to the lead. He has the run